What's up, world? So today's video, we're gonna do some quick, simple, and hopefully save you guys a couple bucks. So I'm having this issue where my car, every time I run it, the air conditioning is always running, whether it's heat or cooling. The temperature works, the climate control works, the compressor works, the blower works. However, the speed control doesn't work and it doesn't shut off. So the blower's not responding. It's doing this. And so I can turn this off and it stays running. If I tap any of the buttons, the speed control is saying it's running high, and I have it on low. But the climate control does work. If I shut it off, it just goes back to outside, but the blowers are still running. If you have it set to heat, then it's going to blow hot air while it's off. If you have it set to cooling, it's going to blow cold air while it's off, but it will shut off the compressor. And then everything only turns off when you do turn the car off. If you turn the accessory on, the blower will kick on, which will drain your battery. Alright, so I haven't really fixed the problem. I've seen a few videos where they're they're not detailed about what they did and what's going on. So to my understanding, it's not the blower that's the issue, or a relay, or a fuse. It's a blower motor resistor. And apparently the way that works is that you have to replace it. It's down there under the gas pedal. After this is replaced, you should be able to turn your car on, right? Just the accessory, and the blower shouldn't be fucking running. Excuse the F word. Shouldn't be running. So we're gonna unplug that sensor down there, that resistor. We're gonna unplug that, plug it to the new one as a form of troubleshooting. And if that's the case, then we're gonna have to take the gas and brake pedal off to get to that sensor. We'll be back. All right, so to change this resistor, first we gotta take this pedal out. We're gonna take these 4 bolts out. They look like 14 millimeters, but we're gonna confirm that later on. We got one here, got another one here, 2, 3, and there is another one, 4, hidden right up there. That should drop this pedal system here. I should drop this down, and then I should be able to unplug these 2 and this plug here. I should be able to take those 3 plugs out so that I can get to the blower motor's resistor that's located back. It's not this, it's located all the way down there. I believe this may be a motor for the cruise control. I'm not sure, but we're not going to work on that. So we'll be right back when this is all out. Alright folks, so what I did here was I took out 3 and loosened the 4th one, because it's pretty much, it'll come out. That 4th bolt is up there. Let's see if I can turn this on. Here we go. Alright, so we got this bolt out, got bolt number 2, bolt number 3, bolt number 4 is pretty much, oh, look at that folks, I didn't see that one up there. But what I did notice was there's a cotter pin here on the brake system, so we're also gonna have to release that. Yep. So all right, look at that, I didn't see that. Good. Let's go get the flex head. All right, so we took that one bolt, we took the pin out right there. We blew that pin right out. Important, when you pop that pin out, that cotter pin, right, before pulling this tab out, this pin out, you got to push these tabs in and slide them in. Don't break them, because if you break them, you're fucked. So yeah, remember that, very important. And then of course we got the 2 bolts, that one bolt that was way back there hidden. So there's 5 bolts then, 3 on the left, or 2 on the left, 2 on the right, 1 in the center. Those are your 5 bolt, or your 5 nuts here. So the tools I used was a 13 millimeter, and the only flex heads that I trust are the one for impact guns, because they do a 360 swivel versus the other ones that kind of lock as they twist. They lock. This you can break it loose and then do it by hand. Piece of cake. So let's see. We do gotta get the plugs off. This might be a two-hand job thing. Okay, here we go. Alright. You know what I just thought about? I hope the fucking airbag up top doesn't go off. Alright, so right now we're pretty much all out. We're just caught on the brake on that little piston rod back there. Sorry, it's kind of hard to get this in one shot with one hand. So we're gonna be right back. Alright, well we managed to get it out. What we had to do was take the plugs out because the plugs was banging on the plastic. So we unplugged that, and then still the wire was getting caught. So we had to release the two tabs that were holding the wiring with the needle nose. So we got this one released and that one released. Managed to drop this down. Check your brake sensors, your buttons, that the spring is nice and loose while you're here. All right, let's pull the sucker out and see what we got in there. All right, folks. So we come back here towards the radio side or the climate control side. There's your plugs. There's two gray plugs. You're gonna pop that out, and then there's gonna be a screw right there where that yellow mark is. That's just to tell Nissan that's been tampered with if it's been removed, but of course we have to. So we're gonna take that screw out, we're gonna unplug those two, we're gonna slide that black resistor out. We're gonna come back and do another quick video and continue from there. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys. So we unplugged those two gray plugs. We got this Phillips screw out. It was a pain in the ass, so we used a 1/4-inch ratchet and adapter. It was the easiest way because it's so tight up there. Also, it's a swivel head. So we'll go up here. There we go. And I'm gonna go ahead and try to get this thing out. Those two gray plugs we unplugged earlier, and we found that Phillips there, pain in the ass to get to. We used our ratchet to get to that, and look at that. Looks like we might have to clean a little bit in there. I wonder what's going on in there. I wonder if it's just dust buildup and it's heating it up. So, well, that's what the old one looks like. Yeah, it's just packed dust. Packed dust. I'm gonna go over to our new one. Now I noticed that when you go buy these, there's two different kinds. There's a gray one that's half the size, and there's this black one. Now, the difference I think is that I have that digital climate control. So I think that that's why with the dual climate control, I think that's why this one's a little bit different. So we're gonna put these side by side. And that looks like that's it right there. Nasty. So we got this at Autozone. Let's see. Just, I'm not gonna show you all the info on this shit, but it's a $59.99 with taxes and everything. It came out to $63.59. Yep. Oh, there's the part number. And I'll just take a picture of this later and post that. But yep. Now I would like to plug this in and give it a shot, but because we have this unplugged, I don't want to. I don't want to fry something that's not grounded, or vice versa. Throw any error codes to the computer and start confusing the car. So we're just gonna go ahead and put all of this back together and follow these steps backwards. Come back and go from there. All right, folks, we managed to, it was easy. Let's go back to this old one real quick so I can show you the reference. So when you go up there, there's this tab at the top. It was really quick, took me about 2 minutes to get it in there. So when you fish this up, there's a tab up top. You want to slide this into that tab, and then it just sits. When you push it into that hole, it sits there. It doesn't move, shake, or anything, so it sits there perfectly flushed. And then what you do is you grab that Phillips screw, and you just, if you have one of those magnetizers, it'll be easier. I didn't have one, but it worked out for me. Just go and put the screw on here, hold it, and fish it, right? Once you fish it in, because it sits so perfectly, you can hand start it. Once you get started, you'll feel the resistance, so you know that it's started. And when that's going, go ahead and put these two together and finish her off. Once you got it nice and snug, pretty tight in there, don't break the plastic, 1, and 2 is don't leave it too loose to the point where when the car is running and the vibration backs out the screw. So we'll put the screw in, make sure it's nice and tight. If you have Loctite, go ahead and use that, don't be afraid. And the plugs are dummy proof, so as you can see, one plug's bigger than the other, so you can't screw that up. Smaller plug goes on the top, bigger one's on the bottom. Before putting this, I should mention that with common sense, I went ahead and blew out that dust that was in there. It was pretty bad, just like in here. I'm gonna have to blow some of this out as well. But yeah, we got the blower motor resistor replaced. Now we have to put our pounding system back, get our unit in there with our 5 13mm bolts, get our 3 plugs in, and our cotter pin for the brake system, and then we'll do a final look around, make sure everything's nice, tight, plugged in, and where it needs to be. And we're gonna go ahead and give this sucker a try, see what's going on with the air conditioning, see if it worked. Be right back. All right, folks, so I did the following. I grabbed the 13mm, started off with the short socket to get these started. Remember, it's 5. Got 2 on the left, 1, 2, and 2 on the right, 3 and 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then number 5 in the middle here. So she's up. Next thing we're gonna do, and also when you're bringing this sucker up, you gotta line in the brake. You gotta line that piston. So now we just gotta get this hole lined up to get that pin through with the cotter pin. We'll get that in secured, and then we're gonna put those 3 plugs in, and then those plugs have a tab, and those tabs right there are gonna go in the holes. And one hole is there on the side, and the other one's on the other side. And we'll be right back. All right, so we got the sensors and the tabs. Right now, I'm grabbing the grease that I saved from earlier. I'm gonna put it back. Both sides. That's nice. I'll work that in there. All right, so the way we did it was we fished the wire in and we fished the driver. It was a pain in the ass, I'm not gonna lie to you, because it's really tight. So first you fish the driver's side in, you plug that in, and then you get your tab in all the way in the back first. You gotta reach your hand in from the back here. Once you get that plug in and the tab in, you go over here, you can plug these two in so you can give yourself some slack. Don't put that tab in just yet. Just plug these two sensors in, then put that tab in for the wire and secure it. Grab your cotter, your pin and your cotter pin for your brake, and for this one, because it's so tight in there, I actually have to use my phone and the front facing camera to line up. And then once I put that in there, I did have to raise the pedal up. I had to pull it towards me just to line it up. So I did a quick walk around. Everything that I took apart is back in tight. All the plugs that I took out are plugged back in and secured. So now all I gotta do now is just clean up this little mess. Yeah, honestly, I just want to fucking fire up the car. We're gonna fire up the car in a second. Oh, guys, I'm not even gonna lie. I took like a 20-minute break because I'm a little nervous. Took a little break, hoping that this shit works. Okay. Oof, that brake pedal is tight. No, now it feels loose, it feels good. I can hear the relay kicking in. Hey, the air's off. Very low. Looks like it worked. Let's go up high. Oh yeah, it worked. Oh. Just putting our windows up. All right. So, turn it off. Nice, everything turned off. Turn it back on. Let's do auto. See if that's working too. Nice, kick the compressor on. Let's drop our temperature. See if our dual control works. Yep, looks like it's working there too. Cycle through our modes. It is blowing cold air. It's switching out. Disengage dual. Yeah, it's working, folks. So that's it. So if your car's experiencing that issue, you want to go ahead and I don't know, Advanced Auto Part, there's only one around, and so if they don't have the part, you're screwed. So I choose Autozone because there's 3 of them here. So if one of them don't have them, the other might have it. So I'll just drive to the next one. But that's the part number there. Blower motor resistor, $60. If I wouldn't have made this video, it probably would have taken me about an hour and a half. So yeah, man, you're welcome. Have a good day, good luck. And yeah, 2019 Nissan Rogue SV, front wheel drive, blower motor resistor replacement. No need to replace a blower, fuse, capacitor, or control unit. You're welcome. God bless. Do good things and good things will come your way. Ya tú sabes. So let's go. Del show.